Hello, this is old Mr. Kent, and that's my old dog Ruthie. I don't know where she took this picture because that definitely doesn't look like Arizona to me. So let me tell you how this happened, all right? I want to show you how to erase the background from a picture, and then you can put it in another picture like I did here. So that's trick photography, okay? So we'll go ahead and close that, and we'll get started. Let's say that this is my dog Ruthie, and I want to erase all the background in that picture. So if I go down and bring up Paint Shop, this is the easiest way to get there if you're not familiar with using paint, the 3D paint. So we'll close that, and then I just take and I drag Ruthie down here to that thing on my bottom of that thing, pull it back up here, and there she is. Whoa, way too big, so we got to make it smaller. Yeah, a little bit smaller yet, and we'll just keep going there. All right. Now, what we're going to do is try to erase all this background. All right, and we're going to do it using Paint 3D. And so while we're in Paint, we just click on that right there. This is for Windows 10 and beyond. And so there's Ruthie right there. Okay. Now, what we want to get rid of all the background. So we come up here and we click on Magic Select. Okay? And then we need to bring everything in as close as we can, because then the computer doesn't have to work so hard to erase all the different colors back there. All right? So we got that far. Now we go over on the right-hand side and we click on Next. If you've never used Paint 3D before, it's very handy for a lot of things. So click on Next, and you'll notice that there's a green line around her, and there's some things sticking out here and some things sticking out here, and so we need to clean those up. Now up here in the right-hand corner, we can remove stuff or we can add stuff, but we're going to go ahead and remove. We're going to remove this stuff that's sticking out here. I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's make this a little bit bigger. We come up here, and there, now then we can work on it easier. So we're going to go right there, and just going to come down like this and get rid of that. And then we're going to get rid of this one. Okay. Now over here on the side, we've also got some, there's a box sitting over here, so we're just going to come down here and see if we can get rid of that. And then there's some stuff here, and we'll get rid of that. Whoops, I'm too shaky, but it's working. All right, and then down here, we need to come in here and come back out here. Okay, then we need to come down here at the bottom and get rid of that. So we got rid of that. So now we look all over, and by the way, this works really well with high contrast pictures. If you don't have a high contrast picture, then you got to work a little harder. But I found something that would be easy and fast. So now we're going to go ahead and make this small again, about to there, maybe a little smaller, about there. All right, and we're going to go over and we're going to click on Done. All right, and we don't want to autofill in the background. Forgot about that. Unclick that. Then we come over here and click on Done. Now we've got Ruthie framed in, and so we're going to click on her nose and just drag her over here. All right, and we'll leave her there for a minute. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to put a box around the background that's left. We do that, and then we go over to the garbage can over here on the right, or we could hit the delete key and we get rid of that. Now we come back to Ruthie and we put a frame around her. Then we move her back into the picture like that. Okay, and we got her done. So now we're all finished. And we've got it. There's no background in the picture. So we're going to come up here on the left, and we're going to click on Menu. Excuse me. And in Menu, then we're going to come down here and click on Save As. And we want it to be an image. And we don't want it to be a JPG image, because JPG images they maintain the background. So we click on the little down arrow and come up to Ping Image. All right. Now then, in the Ping Image, be careful that the transparency is is we went transparency like that. So now we got all these squares. So we got rid of the transparency, or we put it in, I'm sorry, and we got that all finished. And it's the picture's a little bit large, so we're gonna let's see if we can make it smaller. We'll go. Let's just make it 2,000, and that should change it to that. So that's better. All right. Now we're ready to save it. So we click on Save. Wait a minute. We got to cancel because when we made it smaller, we lost the transparency. There, we almost goofed up there. So we'll click on Save. And then we come over here and we're going to put it with all the other ones. There's Ruthie. There's some other pictures. And we're just going to click on, we'll just leave it untitled and click there and save it. Now we go ahead and close our paint and close this. Now we come over here and there's my untitled. All right. Now I went to PixAbay and I found a picture of an open window, which is right there. And so we're going to open that, and we're going to open it with Edit with Paint 3D. Now, if you don't have that up there, then what you would do is you come down here. Let's do this, and you would open up Paint, and then minimize it, and then you would drag the window into it, just like we did before. And then we're going to go and we're going to just go over here and click Edit with Paint 3D, and that brings it over here. All right. Now we've got the picture in Paint 3D, so we're going to go over here to the menu, and we're going to click on Insert. Okay. So we'll click on Insert, and where's our picture of Ruthie? Right there. So we'll click on that and click on Open, and there she is. Now it looks like there's a background, but there's not. So we're going to make her really small and bring her up here. Make her a little bit smaller. Bring her up here. Set her down right where it looks like she's looking through the window. We don't want to go too far. All right. And I think we got it. So now we're just going to go ahead and go over to Menu and Save As Image. And we're going to put her, I guess that's good enough right there. The window, and we're going to click on Save. Yeah, I already did this once. We're going to replace it. Okay, we'll close this. We don't want to save it. We'll close this, and we'll come over here to Ruthie in the window, and it shows a black background here. But anyway, so that's how we get rid of a background and then put that picture into another picture. I'll put a link to PixAbay in the instructions, and then also if you have any questions, don't hesitate to make a comment and ask your questions. And hope this is helpful. I find it much easier than using my old version of Photoshop. So it works great. So anyway, like I said, if you have any questions, I'll be sure to answer them. I want to thank you for watching my video, and God bless.